Hi guys, I have the Jeffree Star Wedding palette today and one of the liquid shadows because I had to try them out. I've been obsessed with liquid shadows lately. I don't know why, but I wanted to grab one and see how it is. So the palette itself is massive. This is the outside box. I had to zoom out again because this is too big to fit in the frame when I'm zoomed in. The palette is very big and very heavy. But it's not like, this is gonna throw the white balance way off because it's so reflective. It's not like plastic like I thought it was gonna be, it's just cardboard. So, I mean, it's a good quality cardboard, but, and it also has a little gem on the front, which is cool. But, let's just get into the inside here, which is, again, nice big mirror in the front, on the top, I mean. And then you have all the colors, which at this point I'm just gonna go with the fact that we can't have a Jeffree Star palette without a bright ass pink in it because that is so out of place it's not even funny in this color story. I said the same thing when Banana Fetish came out, and I used the hell out of the Banana Fetish palette, but that pink is so out of place in here. And I mean, it's not quite the same color, but it's just a bright pink in the middle of a palette that has no other pinks in it. And I mean, you have berry tones in here, but I just don't see any. This is marketed as like a wedding palette, and I don't see any bridal makeup, including this, this in their color scheme. But anyway, I don't want this to throw the white balance way off, but like the reflectiveness of this palette is kind of screwing everything up. So, I'm sure there's ones in here that aren't eye safe, especially that, or not marketed as eye safe, especially that pink one. But I did just swatch a ColourPop palette, so I'm hoping my fingers aren't stained. I think this one is a little bit, but we're just gonna get to it and I'll tell you all the names. The first one is Grand Entrance. This is a nice matte cream. I'm gonna try and fit all of the first row on my hand. The next one is Cut the Cake. And from the videos I've seen so far, this one is like messy. Yeah, it's a very chunky formula. It's soft and like fluffy. I don't know, this is gonna be one that you're probably gonna wanna use wet because it's just kind of making a flaky mess. It is pretty, but it's very chunky. Seating chart. That one's very soft. That's more of like a yellowy toned cream. Bunch of really nice colors in here. But I think with a lot of the neutrals, if you have the, oh, what was the name of his all neutral palette here? I don't even know where it is. All my Jeffree Star stuff is so out of the Orgy palette, which apparently wasn't a great seller because they sold it for super cheap not too long ago. But this was all mattes and all neutrals, and I feel like several of these match the matte colors that are in here, but we'll get to that at another date. For now, I'm just gonna swatch this and show it to you. All right, what one did I just do? That was Seating Chart. Then we have Star Vows. This is a metallic, kind of like a beigey champagne. It's not a bright champagne, it's more of a, that's really pretty. That would make a nice highlighter too. Maybe on darker skin tones though, because that might be too dark of a highlighter for me. And my pale ass that does not tan. Hors d'oeuvres, I can never say that word. This is a matte, that's another super, super soft one. This is almost like a taupey beige. Oh, maybe not. It's like a very light beigey brown. So that's the first row, all pretty light. Then for the second row, Save the Date. That's another kind of like a tannish cream color. And then Wedding Rings is a metallic light brown. It's like a golden brown. All right, the gold-blooded one is like this bold metallic gold. It's a really like deep, true gold here. So pretty. Committed. Again, super soft. Another brown. This is more of a medium brown. Bound Together. This is described as a dark copper with red shimmer. But to me, it's just like a darker brown that has a little bit of like a flash of a pinky red shimmer in it. I would not call that copper, but that's just me. I'm getting little specks of it everywhere. Cake Topper. This one's described as a dusty peach, and I think that's pretty accurate. That is a matte. Flower Girl is a rosy peach with rose gold pearl. That's really pretty. That is definitely a rose gold type color, like a dark rose gold. Then Mrs. Star, the only one that has a different stamp on it is it's like a wedding cake. Very dry to the touch, but this is described as iconic hot pink. Don't know why this needs to be in this palette, but it is here. So that is the crazy hot pink that I will probably never use when I'm using this palette at least. And it definitely stains because I'm trying to wipe it off and my finger's all red now. Bridal Beauty is a dark brown with gold pearl. These are all very soft except for that matte bright pink, but I mean the super neon colors are always dry when they're pressed anyways. And then First Dance is a deep maroon. Yeah, all these mattes are super duper soft. That one looks like it doesn't want to pick up though. Let's see. Okay, it's not that bad, swatch-wise. That's really, really dark. So that's the middle row. A little bit of oddball color scheme there. I'm gonna have to grab the makeup remover because I know that pink is gonna stay in the middle of my hand, so let's just do that real quick. I have I Love You. This is kind of a medium brown and it's got some gold shimmer in it. Pretty. Polyamorous. This is magenta with large pink pearl. So it's kind of a pinky purple color and it's got chunkier sparkle in it. I actually like that color more than I thought I was going to once it's swatched. I thought it was going to be a messy one like that Cut the Cake one is, but it's actually like it sticks to your skin better than I thought it was going to. Devotion. This is another one that's definitely going to stain. I can tell just by looking at it. This is a deep magenta. It's not too dry. It's not as dry as the Mrs. Star one, but it looks crazy pigmented. That's really pretty. I hope it doesn't stain too bad. I guess we're going to find out. No more than the Mrs. Star one, because my finger is still stained a little bit. I Do. This is a cool toned, darker brown. Yeah, that's definitely darker. And the last one in that row is Always and Forever. That is more of a reddish brown. So that is the second to last row. And finally, the last row, which I think is going to be one of my most used rows out of this palette, because it's got a taupe right here, and then like a grayish color. This is Soulmate, and it's described as muted chocolate brown, but honestly, this is a grayish taupe, to me anyway. I got my makeup remover in the way over here. That was kind of a crappy swatch. So definitely going to be using the hell out of that color. I always go for taupes. That's what I gravitate towards in a palette when it has taupes in it. Under the Veil, that is very soft. That is a nice gray, like a deep gray color. And then Clinking Glasses. This is like a gunmetal silver. It's kind of dry, and it has, well, when I swatch it you can't tell, but in the pan it looks like it's got chunky glitter in it. But it's just coming off as a metallic silver. Yeah, it's not really showing the sparkle that it's showing in the pan. That one's kind of a bummer, because it looks like it's got almost rainbow sparkles in the pan, but that is not translating once you put it on your skin. Kind of disappointed in that color. Then we have Till Death Do Us Part. This is a black with silver shimmer in it. That is really pretty. That's a nice matte black base with a bunch of silver sparkles. And it's a pretty decently pigmented black. Very sparkly. And Tuxedo Black. Just a matte black. This better be crazy black because they went crazy with that pink. Let's see how it swatches. It looks nice and black. Oh, that is not as... It's kind of dry. It's got that dry feeling, but it's not terrible. It is a nice black. But I don't know how the formula varies so much in the mattes, because like some of them, like this one and this one and this one, are super duper soft and creamy, and then like this one and this one were very dry, and I knew that one was going to be dry because it's a neon. But that last row is definitely like super smoky, sexy, smoky eye looks, and I definitely like that last row. But overall, didn't have too much trouble with many of the colors. I did say this one was a little disappointing, the Clinking Glasses one, because in the pan it looks like it's got rainbow sparkle in it, or at the very least it's got like blue and gold and silver and stuff. But when it goes on your skin, it just looks metallic silver. None of that glitter is translating very well. And I just ran out of wipes, so I'm gonna have a mess here. There we go. So the last thing I want to swatch is the one liquid eyeshadow that I picked up. I had to stop myself from ordering all of them because I really enjoy the About Face Beauty Fractal Eye Paints lately. I like to use these over eye looks and stuff just to pat a little bit of glitter on top and know that that glitter is going to stay put all day long. And I am very happy with the color that I chose to get from the Jeffree Star ones, which is Behind the Veil. Now, when I saw this online, I thought it was just going to be like, kind of like a gold, but let me zoom in a little bit now because I'm not limited to where I can film here with the big palette. This is seriously like an iridescent rainbow, and I don't even know if my lighting's gonna pick it up, but like you see gold, you see green, you see blue, you see purple, you see pink. It's so friggin' pretty. And it just looks like it's kind of like gold and pink on my viewfinder, but I don't know if I can maybe shine my light from my cell phone on it. Let's try that. Somebody is outside talking in front of the house now. Shut up, I'm trying to film. Friggin' multi-chromes and stuff are so hard to photograph. It drives me nuts. Especially because like I make eyeshadows for my brand and it is so hard to photograph multi-chromes. It's ridiculous, but trust me, this is so pretty. I'm worried about the packaging because it's kind of reminiscent of the Stila ones, and the Stila Glimmer and Glow or whatever they're called, the ones that I had to throw away because they dried up so quickly. I'm hoping that this is not like that same type of packaging. Oh, this is just so pretty. I could look at it all friggin' day. What I like about the About Face Beauty ones is that it's kind of like in a bag. So it's really weird, awkward looking packaging. It's awkward to store, but this has not dried up on me yet, and I've had it for a while, and it's just so pretty. So I'm hoping that this is not gonna dry out on me before I can use up most of it. But yeah, even here in person, I can see it shifting all the different colors, and on the screen, it just looks like it's gold and green and kind of like pinky, and it's not picking up the blue or purple on the camera. I can change my lighting maybe. I'm gonna cycle through all the things on here, the light settings, and see. Is that picking it up a little bit? I don't know. It's so disappointing that I can't get it to come across the way I'm seeing it in person. But I was testing it out. Oop, there we go. Back to where I was. I was testing it out yesterday, and it does not budge once it's dry. It stays all day long. It's so beautiful. I cannot I cannot say enough good things about this color. Now, there were some matte ones too, which I'm kind of curious about because I'm not sure that I would use matte liquid eyeshadows all that much, because I mean, I like the glittery ones because like I said, I just tap them on top of other looks and stuff when I'm done doing my eyeshadow so that I've got some more sparkle and stuff that I know isn't gonna flake off during the day. So they do take a while to dry down. Like I did that and it's a very thin layer, but it's still wet. So you gotta let it dry, but then if you rub your finger over it once it's completely dry, it doesn't really budge much. You're gonna get a little bit of sparkle on your finger, but for the most part, it's pretty budge proof. And it didn't crease on me, which I have very oily eyelids, so as long as you have a primer on, you should be good. And it's not too hard to wash off either, which is a blessing, because when you have super glittery stuff that likes to stick all day, it's usually hard to wash off. I'm trying to let it dry so that I can show you me rubbing it, but I can feel that it's not dry yet. I just wish I could show you how shifty it is, because it's coming across as just like a weird gold and green color. Oh, there you go. You can kind of see the purpley. Like it's purple and it's blue and it's just this icy, super pretty color. Even on the Jeffree Star website, and Beautylish and everywhere else that sells it. I got mine off Beautylish, but it did, like I said, I thought it was gonna be like a golden champagne type color when I ordered it. And then I got it and I'm like, whoa, this is so pretty in person. So, let's see, are you dry yet? No, you're still kind of tacky. That's the only downside of it, I guess, is that it takes a while to dry. But when you use it like I do, I just kind of take my finger and I'll show you what I do with it actually. I'll grab some off of the applicator. I don't usually apply it right to my eye because I don't want to swipe the applicator over my eyeshadow and get it all dirty. I'll take a little bit on my finger and then just tap it over where I want it on my eye, and then it gives you more of a sheer sparkle effect. But I mean, as you can see, if you apply it right to your eye with the applicator, you could just swipe that over your lid and be done with it because it's so pretty and shifty. But I do like the extra sparkle effect it gives when you do it that way. Okay, so I've let them dry, and I wanted to show you that they are pretty budge proof. You're gonna still get a little bit of sparkle from rubbing over it, but not too much. And then I'll do the thicker layer that I did over here. Just sort of rubbing it. It's not smearing or anything, but you get a little hint of sparkle. So, I mean, I would call that pretty damn budge proof considering it's a liquid that dries completely down and it's just packed with glitter and sparkle. So, that is the, what is this called again? Behind the Veil Liquid Star Shadow. I think because I like this one so much, I'm gonna pick up one of the other sparkly ones. I am curious about the mattes, but like I said, I don't know how much I'm gonna use it. I was thinking of maybe getting the white one so that I can use that as a base for bright colors, but I also don't wear bright colors a ton on my eyes anymore. So for now, I'm sticking with the Behind the Veil one, but it is so pretty. If you only pick up one, I highly recommend this one because it's so stunning in person. I can't even put into words how pretty it is because you can't really tell in this lighting what it looks like. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you picked up anything from this collection, and I will talk to you in my next video.